Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Darla. In today's video, I do have a small May wrap up for the books that I read throughout the month of May. Now, please excuse my appearance. I did just get out the shower and I do have a little headache and my skin's breaking out, but we're still cute, okay? I don't know why I have a headache. I think it's because I didn't drink water today. Maybe. Stay hydrated. But I am wearing my spooky PJs because after this is straight to bed because I am an old lady and I want to read. But other than that, if you're new here, welcome to our horror haven. This channel is dedicated to anything and everything, honestly, about horror. I love Halloween, as you can tell, and K-pop and metal. That's literally me, and I love that. If you love K-pop and metal and Halloween, let me know and let's be friends, please. And I just love Halloween, so if you love Halloween, let's hang out and be friends and subscribe. That'd be awesome. And if you're not new here, welcome back, my friend. How are you guys? How are you guys doing? But let's get into the video. Hopefully it's not too long because I did read a couple books this week. I mean this month. Last month. My brain. I did make a purchase last month and I think it was an awesome purchase because I bought a reading journal. I was gonna do one like on my own, but I saw this one and I thought it was really cute. I got it on Amazon and it says Waiting for the Night, my reading journal, and it's this one. It's very, very witchy and I absolutely love it. I'll go ahead and link it below. And honestly, it wasn't that bad. It's not that thick, but it does have like a lot of stuff for us to do, like a reading tracker. It has a rating not a writing but a rating, like to rate books that we're currently reading, and then just the outline for the book review is great. Let me see if I can show you a picture. It has this page. It's like a spooky library. I have not like written any of the titles that I recently read, but I am gonna start doing that. But I have been doing book reviews. I've done one on every single book that I've read in May, so we're just gonna get into it. Now, the first book I read was Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. I absolutely love this book. I did listen to the audiobook when it first came out, but when it comes to audios, it's really hard for me to pay attention because I get distracted so easily. So I decided to read the book and I absolutely loved it. I honestly think the kills in this book are great. He did such a great job. We follow the character Quinn and her dad, who recently moved into a very small town after the tragic loss of her mom, and they move into a very small town. She's a city girl, and this town has a mascot, Friendo the Clown. And she starts to notice that like the older people act very different towards the younger crowd, like towards the new generation. And she makes friends with like the popular kids in school, and they go to a party and there's this creepy clown that starts hacking off the teenagers, and I absolutely just think he did such a great job in describing all the kills and stuff. Like, I am into gore. Like, I love looking at blood and stuff. Not in real life. In real life, I'll probably pass out. But in the movies, it's great. It's not that bad. But he went into detail of what's going on, and then of like how they're trying to survive. And they're in like just this big cornfield where it's like a really huge maze, and then the teenagers are trying to figure out and who's doing this to them. And when they do figure out, I was kind of shocked. I was like, what? But then when the book kept going, I was like, oh my god, like these people just don't care. Like, they're gonna do anything and everything to get rid of this newer generation, because the older people in this town don't want to adapt to like the change that the new generation's bringing on, and like the whole social media and cell phone things. They're just like not a fan of that. They're just saying that these kids are just rotting their brain and all that. They're just not positive people. But I think it was great. I highly recommend. I did give this book 5 skulls because I just loved it. I could not put it down. I did watch the movie and the movie was cool. Like, I'll rewatch it, but the book was just way better. Like, I recommend to read the book. You watch the movie too, and if you like the movie, like, that's great. I did like it, but I said that it's just obviously very different. Now, I do have to say that Ronnie's character, she's one of the characters in the book. I loved her character more in the movie than I did in the book. I don't know why, because I think she was like a little bit more ditzy in the movie and like it was funny. But I absolutely loved her and I absolutely loved Quinn. Like it was great. My second book, I read Camp Slaughter. Now, I read this book in 3 days, and let me tell you, this is by Sergio Gomez, and let me tell you, this book, I saw that it was recommended on TikTok. Not like a lot, but just like people that want to read like camp slashers and all that. So I was like, oh my god, like Camp Slaughter, like this is gonna be like gruesome. Like I hope it's gruesome. And I read it and it was, I loved it. Chef's Kiss, honestly, is Mr. Sergio Gomez. I applaud you because he did such a great job also in his kills and everything. Like this book is so good. If you're not into gory or like blood and like all that stuff, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It does have to do with like some cannibalism, but I just think it was so great. Like I love Terrifier, I love Hostel, I love Saw. Like Saw is the movie that got me into horror when I was younger, and let me tell you, like this book is so great. We follow Fred and his college friends that rent out this secluded cabin literally in the middle of nowhere, and they want to do like a last hurrah before they graduate college and go and be like adults and like work and all that. And then what I really liked about the book that I did get confused a little bit is that there's three different points of views in this book, which is Fred and his friends. Then we have Molly, who is a paranormal investigator, and then I totally forgot her name, but they call her Barbie Doll in the book, which is her point of view. And the way it all comes together, where like there's the reason why there's three different points of views, and when that scene happens, when they all come together in like the same camp and they're there for different reasons. Obviously, the college kids are there for like to party and have fun, and Molly hears that there's this urban legend serial killer who like kills people and that he's like a cannibal, but it's always been just like a myth, like an urban legend. So she goes and investigates that, and obviously the college friends and Fred don't know that any of this like happens, and Fred is the only one who like really looked into this cabin and was like, like there's been a lot of reviews about this place, or like people that knew someone who came here and just never came back. They never found them. If something did happen to them, like they were never able to find like whatever was left of them. So Ignacio is our bad guy in this movie. He is our killer in this movie, and the way he wrote his character, like it almost makes you feel sorry for him, but at the same time like you just don't like this character because of all these evil things that he's doing. But it was such a great book from beginning to end. Like I said, I read it in 4 days, and there's three books, and Halloween Slaughter is the second, and the Final Slaughter is the third. And I have all of them on my TBR, and I'm so excited to keep reading them. Highly recommend this book, but please keep in mind that there is a lot of like gruesome stuff and cannibalism, so just keep that in mind. Camp Slaughter, I rated 5 out of 5 skulls. Absolutely loved it because it is my vibe. That's the type of horror I'm into, so it was great. And my final book that I read, I thought I read more, but I only read 3. The final book that I read is Summer Camp for Slasher Victims. Now, this is by Matthew Mercer. I had to read my notes. And I do have a lot to say about this book. I rated it honestly a 3 out of 5 skulls. And the writing wasn't bad, like it was good. What I do give the author is they really wrote the book so well that you kind of feel like you're there in the summer camp, like with the counselors and the students. Now, this book is about a man. His name is Mitch. He has a granddaughter, Annie, and Mitch decided to build this summer camp that is dedicated for trauma victims that have witnessed like very bad stuff and have been survivors of these attacks or massacres. And Annie is the only one there who like never witnessed that. So there's like a lot of very young kids like youth and teenagers in there. All the counselors are survivors as well. And unfortunately, during one of the days where the campers get there, somebody is starting to hack off all these people. And now the counselors, like, there's one scene in the book where one of the counselors is so scared, like, because she survived this once and she doesn't know if she's going to be able to survive it again. But you could just feel the fear this character felt in the book. So I do give the author that. Now, I think it was a very slow burn for me because it took 17 chapters for somebody to get hacked off, and I was kind of like expecting it to happen sooner. um After that, like, the kills came kind of really fast. And then one thing I am going to say is that you kind of already knew who the bad guy was in this book, because there's a certain character who ends up being the bad guy, who it's he's just not around for like a good chapters, and within these chapters all these bad things are happening. So you're like, this character has been gone for like 4 or 5 chapters, I think it's him. So then when the reveal comes to who it is, it's just like, oh well, yeah, we kind of knew. But if you want to read it, I do recommend it as well. It wasn't a bad book, it was just personally a slow burn for me. But I did give it 3 out of 5 skulls. That is all, friends. I hope you guys have a great night. Please stay hydrated. Get some sun, though, but put on some sunscreen because it's getting hot. We have officially entered Summerween, and I'm so excited. I am going to do a Summerween barbecue with my family, so I'll vlog all of it so you guys could see all the cute little stuff we're gonna do. But I'm so excited. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can. That would mean so much to me. But I'm so excited because summer is literally like 2.5 weeks away, days away, because the first day is June 21st, I believe, or June 22nd. What's coming? But I leave you with that, my friends, and I hope you guys have a great week, month, day. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.